Hello everybody and welcome back to Peas in a Podcast. I'm your host Graham Gilchrist and I'm joined today by my very good friend and classmate, the hilarious Rory Meakin.
Hello there.
And today we are going to be talking about Spider-Man Homecoming. Obviously it came out quite a wee while ago, but I just thought it was an interesting point with the new Avengers coming out in May time. How are you feeling today, Rory, on this lovely Tuesday morning?
I'm feeling sublime today, Graham. How are you feeling today?
Yep, I'm feeling very good, except that podcast that we did yesterday, that was quite tiring, so I'm happy that I got a good night's sleep and we're recording on a different day. So, a good talking point would be Tom Holland. Was it a good idea to get rid of Andrew Garfield or not?
Yep.
You think it was a good idea?
Yep.
What was wrong with Tom Holland? With Andrew Garfield?
Yep. There was nothing wrong with him as Spider-Man. He's charismatic. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's charismatic, confident, knows what he's doing. That's not Peter Parker, right?
Yeah.
He can be that when he's Spider-Man, but I feel like up until Tom Holland came along, I feel like we had two actors that had portrayed one side of the coin perfectly. We had got Andrew Garfield that portrayed Spider-Man really well, because Andrew Garfield, apart from the first Amazing Spider-Man, but even then you couldn't really buy that he would get bullied. He was too good looking, which is fair enough. In the second one, he was all confident and happy, and he was jumping around. He was a bit quirky, but he was, wasn't really socially awkward massively.
Tobey Maguire,
and Tobey Maguire was that, but he was a crappy Spider-Man because he just sounded like a nerdy cosplayer trying to pretend that he's Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, exactly.
Where like he wasn't really making jokes. He made some jokes, but he wasn't really making jokes. He wasn't really doing. He was always just kind of standing about, saying stupid things. But Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was swinging about. He's making jokes. I can still remember some of the jokes. You can call me Webhead, you can call me Superb, just don't call me late for dinner. But he didn't portray Peter Parker really well, and I think Tom Holland is the first guy where he's good looking enough. Because you can't have an ugly Peter Parker because that just doesn't sell.
No. But
Tom Holland, he's good looking enough, but he's also got that kind of wormy, childish look to him, where it's just sort of like he's
which is what Spider-Man really is, isn't it?
And confidence wise, he's kind of got that quirkiness that Spider-Man does have. So he makes jokes and he's all excited and confident, but he seems a little bit more like a Spider-Man that's just starting to get into it. So he's still excited and amazed by some of the stuff that he does. Yeah, but another thing that I thought about Spider-Man was Tom Holland Spider-Man. He's a bit too hyperactive, I think, for me as Peter Parker. See, when he's in the car with Robert Downey Jr., who's Iron Man, he seems a bit like, whoa, what's that? And he's a bit hyper. That's what kids are like. He's a socially awkward kid, and I think they're hinting he's probably got some form of ADD or something like that.
Exactly.
That's what Peter Parker was. Peter Parker was this kind of this quirky, like from the perspective of Peter Parker. What's your dream job? What's the thing you want to do at the end of the day?
Make movies,
right? Okay, imagine you were in college one day and Spielberg just suddenly pulled up into the college and went, hey, is there a Graham in here? I'd like to have a talk about it. You'd be like, oh my god, Tony Stark is his Spielberg, because that's what he looks up to him.
Except mine would be Tarantino, not Spielberg.
Okay, so Tarantino walks in. Can I have Mr. Graham, please?
Then I definitely would freak out. Yeah, I get what you mean.
But no, that's the thing. So Peter Parker, Tony Stark is Peter Parker's idol. He's literally got his poster on his wall, I think, somewhere. But there's the point where Tom Holland is supposed to be hyperactive and he's supposed to be kind of like, wow, guys, because he's a teenager who's got superhero abilities, who has been on the news for fighting among some of the biggest superheroes ever, and he's now in the car with one of his biggest icons. So
in terms of Spider-Man, obviously in the Avengers, he was in the Civil War. I'm trying to keep all spoilers away from Infinity War. What do you think Spider-Man really has in future? Do you think he's going to be an Avenger? I don't think he has what it takes to be an Avenger.
No, they're not going to make an Avenger yet, I don't think. I think they're probably going to play out this card of, okay, he's in Avengers because he kind of has to be in this Avengers because it's kind of the end of the world. I think they're slightly hinting via the fact that Spider-Man's now getting like an iron spider suit and all that, because he's basically an extension of Tony Stark's. If Tony Stark dies in Avengers,
he won't.
But he might though, because Robert Downey Jr.'s contract's up, and I feel like Marvel has to do something.
Nah, and he can't replace Robert Downey Jr.
No, but I feel like they might go a route where Spider-Man will represent that Tony Stark thing, because Tom Holland's Spider-Man does remind me of what a young Tony Stark could be.
I guess.
Like, he does remind me of it a little bit. And he might maybe take that position, like maybe not like character-wise, but he might take that position as the mechanical one, because he's just as smart. They're into the same thing. He'll inherit part of Tony Stark's fortune or technology. So I feel like Spider-Man might take the role of it, because remember, they say that after this Avengers movie, this MCU is going to be completely different. So I get the feeling by doing that, you kill Iron Man. So Iron Man's no longer in the universe. That's the ultimate. This is no longer the same universe. Iron Man's gone, and Tony Stark is gone, and then Tom Holland's Spider-Man's.
So you think he's going to take over as sort of the lead of the? Well, Tony Stark's not the lead of the Avengers, but you know what, he kind of is.
I can see once all the Avengers, the current Avengers that we have, are gone, or at least aren't going to be as prominent, because their contracts are all up. They're probably going to leave. Tom Holland might represent the head, the face, the new face of this current stage of the MCU. Like, I don't know, they've already done their phases. Like phase 4 onwards is probably going to be Spider-Man is the face, and it's a bunch of new characters that are being. I think they might go that route perhaps, because I'm trying to think how else they can do this without, you know, going. Spider-Man and Black Panther, I suppose, will be the ones that take over.
Yeah.
Which, bearing in mind, Black Panther, just to go away, do you know how much it's made now?
How much?
$700 million.
Is it worth $700 million? I know we're talking about Spider-Man, but just like it's sort of an extension onto Spider-Man.
I think the hype around it made it worth $700 million.
Yeah.
But
there was also a hype around Justice League, and look at that.
No, here's the thing, right? I think a product, and Black Panther's a product, and Spider-Man's a product, is only worth as much as.
I couldn't wait to see Justice League until everyone went and saw it, and they said it's terrible.
Black Panther.
I never even saw it in the end.
Is only worth is worth as much as you think the consumers will pay for it.
Yep.
Like, a hotel is only worth as much is worth as much as they spent on it. And yeah, Black Panther and Spider-Man are worth about $200 million in spending, more than that. But the audience will see it as $700 million worth, because $700 million worth of people went to go and see it.
Okay.
And that's something where it's like, I know the media want to make that kind of cultural headline, like, oh, it's now the. I feel like we should just talk about Black Panther for this podcast.
No, we're sticking to Spider-Man, and we're almost done anyway.
It's this cultural thing, where I don't think Black Panther is quite as culturally significant as people go, but it's still something that people are just like, I need to go and see this. Anyway, Spider-Man. I'll look at this week to mention Spider-Man. Spider-Man at Homecoming in its whole run made about $800 million. That's not bad, right? That's the average that Spider-Man movies seem to make, and Sony's happy because they've got another $800 million in their bank account. Spider-Man had to go to China and back to bring that $800 million.
Did Black Panther come out in China?
It's coming out in China, I think. And I'll say this: Spider-Man: Homecoming and Black Panther also have really good villains.
Yeah, I guess.
Really good villains. Like,
I'm looking forward to the new Venom movie coming out as well.
Oh, that's looking cool.
How long do you think Tom Holland's going to be Spider-Man for? Tobey Maguire did what, 3?
3 movies.
Andrew Garfield did 2.
Bearing in mind, both of them would have gone on to do longer careers as them if Sony hadn't fucked up and got them both franchises cancelled. The reason why people think that Spider-Man 3 wasn't cancelled, or Spider-Man 4 after Spider-Man 3 wasn't cancelled, is because Spider-Man 3 had a fairly
that was one with Venom in it.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3 had a fairly closed book ending. It very much, there weren't really loose threads, so people thought, oh, that's the trilogy over. But there was supposed to be a Spider-Man 4, and then Sony fucked it all up, and then we had to get the Amazing Spider-Man, and then we got the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and then Sony fucked it up again. Yeah.
Well, Rory, it's been a riveting conversation. We should probably do this more often.
We really should do this more often.
And thanks to all of you at home who are listening, and have a good day, and yeah, we'll see you later.
Right, bye.
Bye-bye.